Hi, welcome to Your Business, Your Rules. I'm Kat LeBlanc. This is the podcast for people who want to start and grow an online location-independent business so they can live a life of freedom and choice on their own terms. Now we're digging into some of the actual mechanics that make a business work. I love this stuff. Let's dig in. So what is the best business model for new online entrepreneurs? So I'm going to start broad here and then zero in on the answer, because if I do it this way, it will make more and more sense as we go through the options. So first of all, what are some of the options you might be considering? You might be thinking about coaching, online courses, membership sites. You might even be thinking about selling physical products, drop shipping, or maybe even network marketing. So I'm going to share the best way I believe you can get started in business, and I want to explain, first of all, where I'm coming from with this. So where I'm coming from is I want the highest proportion of you to succeed possible. So, okay, that might sound like a really obvious statement, but actually it's not, because the media peddles us the exact opposite idea, that only the chosen few succeed. In the media, the founders of venture-backed startups are idolized, right? We want to be the one who's chosen and for other people to give us money to invest in making our amazing new idea reality. I believe, though, this isn't the best choice for most people. To start with, 98% of people who apply for venture capital are rejected. So take that in for a moment. 98% of people get a no before getting even further, and those are the ones who took the time to apply. And most of these types of businesses, so the types that need venture capital, actually fail. About 75% of US venture-backed startups fail, according to Harvard's Business School senior lecturer, Shikhar Ghosh. And this failure rate is even higher than industry-reported standard failure rates. And the other thing to think about is, what do you get when you use someone else's money? What you get is someone to answer to, a boss, and in general, that's exactly what we're all trying to get away from. Plus, it's really hard to be location independent when you have to go to the office, right? So the predominant narrative is not geared towards the highest percentage of people succeeding, it's geared to a very small percentage of people succeeding. Which is nice if that's really you, but let's face it, it likely isn't, and who wants that anyway? If we're not using someone else's money, we have to, shock horror, use our own, or even better still, hardly spend anything at all before bringing any money in. So we've decided we're not going to take venture capital, we're going to essentially bootstrap. So let's look at the next big decision. Do we want to go with a physical product, or do we want to go with a service? So I think you're better off going with some kind of service or info product rather than a physical product. Physical products can be appealing, but they come with the additional complexity: manufacture, shipping, storage, raw materials, etc. Plus, if you are actually selling a thing, a physical thing, and that's definitely the case with dropshipping, price competition is much stronger than in the service-based industry, where people will pay a premium for expertise or for the person involved. So given that you want to start making money as soon as possible and you want to reduce complexity, I would argue you want to go with a service. Okay, so now you might be in a place of thinking, well, what kind of service? Do you mean like coaching or consulting, web design, being a virtual assistant? Yes, that's exactly the kind of thing that I mean. Either coaching of some form or getting work done for other people. And there are many ways that you can do that here, and we'll dive into business ideas and niches in upcoming episodes. I know what you likely might be thinking at this point, but hang on a sec, I want to go into this online business thing because I want to earn money while I sleep. I've seen all the promises on the internet. That's what I want. Believe me, you can do that, but what we're talking about here is the best business model for new online entrepreneurs. And I would argue that the passive income path is not what you should be doing first. Because think about it this way. What do new online entrepreneurs need? They need income. They need it quickly and with minimal preparation. The more leveraged a business model is, and by that I mean the less real-time input it has from you and the more people you can sell it to and still have it work. So, for example, an e-course or online course is way more leveraged than one-on-one work because you can sell it to more people. But as you get these business models more and more leveraged, the less that they're worth to each individual. So what I mean by that is group work sells for less than one-on-one, e-courses sell for less than group work, memberships sell for less than e-courses, and books sell for less still. So if you want to see this in a nifty diagram, do check out the show notes. So what this means is the more leveraged something is, the less each unit costs, so the more people you have to find to sell it to. And if you're new, and we are talking about online business models for new online entrepreneurs, you likely don't have a huge audience to sell this to yet. Yes, you could try and create an audience, but that is either going to take you time or money, both of which you're trying to use the least of possible when you start out. So from a purely logical perspective, what you ideally want is you want to make the least possible number of sales, with each sale being worth the most money in the least amount of time to get your business off the ground, replace your income, and be able to quit your job. And what that means is one-on-one work. You don't want to spend 3 months building an e-course and then spend another year finding 100 people to sell it to make 20K, when you could start coaching in the next few weeks and then make that money in a third of the time or less, and actually work less most likely in the process. And what is incredibly convenient about doing one-on-one work is it's usually well paid, and you don't have to spend months creating videos and workbooks because you can just literally start, which is awesome, right? So I recommend you start your new online business with some kind of coaching, consulting, or one-on-one service. No need to borrow other people's money. No dealing with physical products or the complexities that come with that. No months building an e-course or, ebook or any kind of online digital product without really knowing if you have the people to sell it to yet. You can just start. Plus, on top of it being super easy to start, other than getting over your own fear, which is the subject for another day, is you get to make money while you grow your audience and reputation and get referrals. Then, once you have a bigger audience and too many people to work with one-on-one, you can move up the leverage ladder and start doing group work, or maybe create an e-course, or later on create even more leveraged products. Plus, then you'll also have the marketing expertise and the audience to sell it to. Make sense? So that's my recommendation. Start with one-on-one. As potentially unsexy as it sounds, around 99% of the people you admire online started that way too, because it works. So I hope you've enjoyed the Real Talk today. I look forward to chatting again soon. And if you want to have a look at this in more detail, you can have a look at it on my website at katleblanc.com/YBYR4. Talk to you soon. Thanks for listening to Your Business, Your Rules. I'm Kat LeBlanc. If you like this show, I'd love you to subscribe, share, and leave a review on iTunes. And if you'd like to continue the conversation, head over to my website at katleblanc.com. Until next time.